Yo, what is going on, gamers? It is your boy Chris here, aka ChrisThatGamer. Today, guys, I'm bringing you episode 1 into a small mini series in COD 4, which is basically going to be getting you guys better at search and destroy. It's going to be nothing but search and destroy competitive tips on how to get better, because I know a lot of you guys did not play COD 4 competitively, and it's a different playstyle. It is definitely a different playstyle, especially if you started playing all the way back in Advanced Warfare, which means you know nothing but 3D movement Call of Duties. You know nothing but thrusting and jetpacking Call of Duties. So if you guys want this series to continue, if you guys want me to do more of this, and you have something that I should actually do, please let me know down below in the comment section and like the video. Let's see if we could get over 40 likes in this video, and I'll do a second episode soon. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the first thing that I wanted to go ahead and talk about is actually kind of funny, because I just talked about it just a second ago, and that is playstyle. COD 4 is all about playstyle. This is not like Advanced Warfare, where it literally takes you 2 seconds to get around the map. In this game, you gotta play smart. Camping corners, just literally trying to predict your opponents and playing smart is the way to go. Playstyle is a huge thing in this game because it's boots on the ground. This is all the way back in Call of Duty to where you can't even slide, which means if you see someone and they see you and you're both literally in the open, that's a gunfight. You cannot run away from that. Like, you cannot be scared to gun someone. You cannot be scared to get in a gunfight. So if you're rushing something, if you're challenging something like a maniac, you got to be able to commit. You got to be able to just do what you got to do, because that's literally how this game plays. If you're playing 1v1s or 2v2s and you're noticing that you continue to die from the back or in your spawn, or they're just pushing up a line, you got to adapt to that. You got to change your play style. You got to start to change the way how you play and just try to basically counter your opponents. That's what Call of Duty is. This game in COD 4, it's all about outthinking your opponent. You don't have to have the best shot and win the game. In IW and all these 3D movement games, you actually have to have the reaction of a god. But in a game like this, if you actually outsmart your opponent in a game like Search and Destroy, you can win the round. Like, it's literally that easy. The next tip that I have for you guys is your lethals and tacticals. In this game, there is no counter to lethals or tacticals. There is no flap jacket or attack mask, which basically means if you get hit with a stun or someone throws a nade at you, you have to either somehow get away or you have to somehow gun your opponent, because 9 times out of 10, if you get hit with a grenade, you're gonna die unless it was really far away from you, or if you get hit with a stun, you're gonna die unless you just continue to shoot. You keep pre-fire and you get that kill. There's no counters to these lethals and tacticals in this game, which means that you have to use them to your advantage. If you guys have been watching wagers, tournaments of COD 4 Remastered, and if you've even been watching this channel on the videos that I have posted, every single round I've been throwing grenades, I've been throwing stuns, I've been doing nade spots. That's because of the fact that if people are hitting rush routes, or if they're going to one side of the map, I'm nading that side from across the map, because in this game you can throw nades really far, unlike IW where you can hardly throw a nade like literally like mid-range, which is extremely weird. But it just goes to show that you have to actually use your lethals and tacticals. And IW, I don't even put those things on because they're trash. So it goes to show. And also on top of that, if you notice that you're getting naded a lot, that you can't really even push up your spawn because the other opponents are just stunning you a lot, then you gotta wait. This is the type of game to where if you actually count how many nades and stuns are being thrown on the map, that's being a smart play. In IW, AW, and Black Ops 3, there's really no point of doing that because there is a counter to grenades, there was a counter to stuns. But in this game, if you know that the other opponent has already threw their stun or has threw their nade, you can get aggressive. You can push up on bomb. You can actually get the bomb down without worrying about getting naded. That just goes to show how important these lethals and tacticals actually are in COD 4. Next thing is class setup. You guys just got to understand that there's a lot of guns in this game that actually melt. The M4 carbine, the M16 is absolutely monstrous with stopping power. You just gotta basically experiment, because I've been seeing people melt with the freaking Scorpion. So just experiment with your classes. You never know what you're gonna find out that actually works. I have just been using nothing but the M16 with stopping power, as well as the M4 with stopping power, and then I also have like an M16 with Juggernaut, just in case I go against people that are literally just melting me. Some people in this game shoot rockets, and that's the reason why I have to throw on Juggernaut. Like I said before, that's just something that you have to experiment with. And the last tip that I have for you guys is how to clutch in this game. It's extremely easy. I might go more in depth on it, so if that's something you guys want, just let me know and I'll make it happen. But basically in this game, if you get bombed down, it's a easy clutch. Like I said before, this is not Ghost. There is no sliding in this game. So if you play the time correctly, if you actually use the time and the fact that this game is so slow paced to your advantage, you could actually 1v2, 1v3 extremely easy, especially the fact that in this game, the rounds are like 2.5 minutes, so you have a long time. You have a lot of time to work with to fill out the opponents, see what they're doing, and try to see if you can catch one of these guys getting a little bit greedy, because everyone's so used to playing these other fast movement Call of Duties that they're not used to actually holding a lane in a boots on the ground Call of Duty where the round timers are not literally 1.5 minutes, just because of the fact that in IW and all these other games, you get around the map so quickly. So you gotta play smart, and you can easily clutch in these situations. I literally have a clip that you guys are gonna see very soon of me just clutching with a deagle. I literally just pull out a deagle and clutch a 1v3 because they literally were just running at me, and that's something you cannot do in COD 4. You gotta play the map and the game correctly. These guns melt, so because they melt, you gotta play smart. If you're just running at people, you're gonna die every single time fast. Hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, make sure to show some support down below. Like I said before, this is going to be a small little mini series. I did this back in Black Ops 3, and I think it's going to be pretty awesome to bring it back. So if you guys want me to continue this, I can make this an actual series on the channel, see if you guys continue to enjoy it. So if you guys want another episode of this, let's see if we can hit more than 40 likes. And as always, it has been your boy Chris here, aka ChrisThatGamer. Do not forget to subscribe if you're brand new, on the road to 10,000 subscribers, and I shall see you guys in my next video. Peace out.